Hey y'all, how's it going? Been a while. We're not in the shop today. We're in the house. Don't tell anybody. I got everybody but me's out doing spring break stuff for the week, and so I got to work. Got to be in the office, so I didn't go. But what I've got is everybody left yesterday. I went in, I cleaned house, I did all kinds of stuff. There's no laundry left. There's no, I even dusted. I got dusted. It's gonna be like, just me for a couple of 3 days. Not that I'm happy about that, but it's kind of nice to have some quiet time. Anyway, so, I should be doing this out in the shop, but you know what's really easy to regulate temperature in? Your central heat and air house versus my shop that's, fluctuates significantly. So that being said, we're gonna try to do a quick little seal coat pour on that tabletop and then come back later in the week and do the big pour once this is set up good. So day after tomorrow, maybe Tuesday, we'll come in and do it after work, and it can sit in here with no dust or minimal dust, not like in the shop. Minimal dust and consistent temperature, and it's not gonna matter because there's not gonna be anybody in this room anyway. And don't worry, I've got drop cloths and whatnot. Like, I'm not gonna make a mess. I got this. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna mix up a little bit of epoxy. We're gonna pour that tabletop right there and try to get it sealed up so I don't have bubble issues on this one like I did on the last one. And it's gonna be good. Y'all hang out. It's gonna be good. Y'all hang out. Yeah. Mixing epoxy, just being productive. It's a good day. It really is. It's just beautiful outside. Breezy. It's windy, but we're mid to high 60s and sunshine, and wind gusts probably to 25, maybe 30 miles an hour. But other than that, it's awful pretty. So, yeah. Good times. One of these days I need to come up with my own theme song, right? Like, I don't know what it'd be. What kind of theme song would an accountant / idiot car guy / idiot carpenter guy / redneck engineer / I don't know, whatever this fantasticness is. I need a theme song. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll build some. Never know. You never know. Yeah, need a theme song for a redneck accountant that grew up in Texas, spent all of his adult life in Oklahoma, and has kind of a thing for metal. Wonder what that'd be. I bet we can come up with something. I like anything peppy. I don't care what it is. I don't care what genre. If it's got fast tempo, I'm gonna dig it. And to be honest, lyrics are unnecessary for me. I'm barely paying attention to them anyway. So really, it could be instrumental and I'm still gonna dig it. still gonna think it's cool. I developed kind of an appreciation for bluegrass because in like 1992, I went to a concert. And it was an Alabama Diamond Rio. I was a metalhead at the time. I was listening to Sabbath and Megadeth and Tool and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, so I went to a Alabama Diamond Rio, and I think Shania Twain, that the new act from Canada, Shania Twain concert. And Diamond Rio did a bluegrass set that was like eye-opening for me because I didn't know what it was, and bluegrass is just unplugged metal is all that is. It's peppy, zippy. I mean, as long as nobody's singing, just unplugged metal. And metal's got better drummers, but same thing, up tempo. It's all good. Makes me happy. And again, the less you sing, the better your song is going to be. That's the way I feel about most metal too. I like metal, but lyrics are clutter. They're unnecessary in metal, in my opinion. Nobody's paying attention to them anyway, so yeah, so it's good. There's my timer. I'll be back. All right. Let's see if we can make this pretty. I like all genres. My playlist, I have everything from Zydeco to blues to jazz to obviously metal to country to not much pop. Pretty much my playlist is stuff you don't hear on the radio very often, but it's an eclectic mix. I like lots of things from lots of different places, and yeah, especially if it's zippy. Celtic music. I used to, when I was getting my degree, I spent time, when I was getting a degree, I spent time as a janitor or a custodian at here on campus. And when I was working, you get grad students from all over the world working in labs late at night. And that meant that you got to listen to some pretty cool music from all over the place. And I developed an appreciation for songs from India and China and all kinds of different places that is really truly one of the greatest benefits of being in a college town surrounded by people from all over the world, is you get some exposure to things that you wouldn't necessarily have gotten exposure to, and you realize that no matter where people are from, for the most part, the majority of the people are all essentially the same. We're all just looking for a safe environment for our families, a decent job to take care of our families, and roofs over our heads. It's pretty simple. And it's the 1% of people that make the newspaper that ruin it for everybody else. I mean, even crapbag rednecks like me, rednecks that make the newspaper make us look bad. So it's I don't know where I was going with that, other than the moral of the story is be kind. Just because you see it in the newspaper doesn't mean it's real. the vast majority of people want the same thing you do, no matter where they're from, what part of the world they're from. The vast majority of people want the same thing you do, which is a safe environment to live in, a decent job, ability to feed their families and keep their families safe. And that's pretty much it. Same thing you want, no matter where they're from. And I've had very good friendships with people that have come from all over this world as graduate students and professors, and I don't know, it gives you perspective. It gives you perspective, and it helps you realize that we're all essentially the same. We may have some different cultural things, but at the end of the day, we're all essentially the same. Again, I'm not really sure where I was going with all that, or even why I started the conversation, other than I was talking about music. And music is one of those things that has the ability to change your mood, make you happy, make you sad. It has the ability to jog memories and make you think about an event, just like that Diamond Rio thing that I was telling you about. I hear bluegrass and I immediately think of that concert and that night, and think that I had my eyes open that night to a completely different genre of music that I really didn't know anything about. And I'm very thankful that I had the opportunity to experience it and see what it was about, and see new things, learn new things, see new things, do new things. If we all just sit in bubbles, surrounded by only the things that we know and understand or think we like, we spend a lot of time missing out on some pretty impressive things. That is not what anybody signed up to listen to today. Y'all wanted to see me finish these stupid tables. Not stupid. They're good tables, I think. That's the only reason anybody's here. Look at these tables. Alright. We gotta get some bubbles out of this. Alright. That's essentially how it's done. We'll see how it comes out. I'll chase a few bubbles here in a little bit. And essentially, I'm gonna let it sit. Have some afternoon coffee. Think about what I'm gonna have to do in the office tomorrow, because tomorrow's Monday and we gotta go back to work. But yeah, man, that cedar's pretty whenever it gets that coat on it, doesn't it? Gets that sealing on it. All right, y'all. We'll talk to you later. All right, bye. Hey guys, how's it going? It's after dark. The lighting's terrible and I apologize. But we're gonna get a top on this thing. This is try to pour that final top coat on it. And yeah, hopefully get this thing closer to finished. We can put these to bed and move on to the next one. But yeah, sorry about the lighting, but it's dark out and I don't have windows open and I don't have any other lights over here. So it's a little dark, but it'll be all right. We'll make it work. All right, let's get this thing poured. Hopefully, this will be about it.
and we'll be down to getting polyurethane on it, on the rest of it, and we can finish this up. All right. That looks good. All right. All right. Now we wait. Now we wait. We'll see you in a bit. Y'all have a good evening.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Look how pretty that is. You see that? All right, we're back. We're gonna put some stain, some natural stain on the rest of this, and get it ready for polyurethane on all of the remaining exposed wood to get it sealed up. And then these will be done. Done. Still in the house, which is probably gonna ultimately get me in trouble. That's okay. That's okay. I'm not gonna make a mess, I don't think. Anything's possible. I'm excited about this. I'm ready to get these done because I wanna go do something else. I don't know what that something else is yet, but I wanna go do something else. So, yeah, let's get this rolling. Let's get this rolling. Kind of pretty. I like it. I like it. This is a throwback to the COVID day, whenever you couldn't find nitrile gloves anywhere. I bought like a stack of them. Not like a stack, but I got a couple of boxes because I use them a lot for staining and all kinds of stuff. So when I found some available, I jumped on them. All right. And bring a shot of coffee in because, well, it's anger management in a cup. It's a good thing. Keeps me going. All right, so what we're using is just Minwax Natural. So it's not really gonna tint the wood at all, but it's gonna make all of that grain come out and pop, and bring it all out and make it cleaner. It's gonna make that little strip of cedar in there brighten up just like that epoxy did on the top. And so we'll do this, and then we'll come back with the polyurethane and just hit it with the polyurethane to seal it up so that when people spill stuff on it, it doesn't get into the wood and leave stains and stuff like that. So I think, yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm using a little tiny brush. And you'll say, Dave, why are you using that little tiny brush? I'm using that little tiny brush because of all this little tiny wood. Normally when I put stain on, I use a towel or a little piece of cloth and do it with that. But because I can't get into all of these little corners real well with a piece of rag or towel, I'm using a brush. It'll work. If you're using stain that's adding a lot of color, you may not want to do it this way. But because this isn't really doing anything other than making the color come out, the natural color come out, this will work. Takes a little longer, it's a little messier, but it'll work. So here we go. you want to work pretty quickly because stain, especially if you're using one that's got color, if it's adding color to it. If it runs down, if a stain runs down in between these edges and sits for very long, then you will have an extra dark area that will always kind of show up. But because this is all just kind of a natural stain, it's not really changing the color of the wood, I'm not super concerned about it. But you still don't want to let it sit because you'll see runs and you'll see imperfections that, to be honest, you may be the only one that sees it, but it'll be enough to annoy you if you're anything like me. It'll annoy me. But real simple, you can kind of see, maybe. We'll get you over here in a minute, we'll see. I'll show you how it just changes the color. Not really changing the color, it just brings out the color in the wood. I'm also being pretty liberal with it because this wood's been sitting around for a while. This has been, it's been in the shop in the pile for probably maybe 2.5 years, 2 years probably. And so it's really dry, which means it's gonna soak this up pretty quickly. And what happens if you get something that's really dry like that, it'll pull that color deeper into the wood. The wood absorbs it better, which is fine, except that tends to lighten up the outside layer of the wood as it draws that color into it. Cedar's really bad about that. It'll pull that color in deep, but it won't, but then it lightens up out on the outside edge and you gotta come back and reapply, which isn't a bad thing. It just takes longer. And I'm being a little, like I said, I'm being a little sloppy on this for this section in here, because if it drips, it just drips onto the bottom of the table. And it's really not gonna have any effect on anything. Because you're gonna have to flip the table over to see it. So I'm not super concerned. When we get up on the top, when I flip it back over and we're working on the top, I will be way more precise and way more gentle with the application of this stuff, so as to not make a huge mess and ruin all that time and effort I put into making it pretty on top by getting in a hurry. Okay, now I'll show you. See if we can get a good look at what it looks like when you get this just natural. See how that changes, see how that brightens that color up. Just makes it more defined. Also, something to remember when you're doing stain is always go with the grain. If it's at all possible, go with the grain when you rub it on, because it will also, a lot of times you'll be able to see it. You'll be able to see if you go across grain, it'll take that stain differently and it'll end up kind of splotchy or streaky. So you always want to go with the grain. Now, normally I would say, don't touch it. Don't touch it. But, you'll notice, I did the bottom first. So that way, I can do this top real quick, and then it'll be completely finished and ready for polyurethane. So, I'm rushing it a little bit, but not bad. Not bad, not bad. Stop yelling at me. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Okay. Now, gotta be gentle. Don't want to mess this up. This is the part that everybody gets to see. Man, this wood is dry. It's just soaking up that stain. Look how pretty. See how it changed? Now it matches the top way better. And again, because this is super cheap framing quality wood, it's got knots in it, which means you have to be a little aggressive around the knots to get your stain in there and get your finish, your polyurethane in there. To get it sealed up. But once it's there, it's there. The only way to fix it now is a ton of sanding. And that, as they say, is that. We will, oops. That's a perfect example of how dry this wood is. I put stain on that one spot like 3 times. and it doesn't look like I even touched it because it's just sucking it up in it. It's soaking it up. That's okay. All right. I think that's about good. We'll let that dry today and come back tomorrow afternoon and get some polyurethane on it, and it will be finished. Finished and done. So yeah, we're almost there. It's getting close. All right, y'all. Have a good rest of your day. Not that it matters. This is all gonna be tied together, so either way, have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right.
All right, guys. How's it going? We're gonna wrap this up today. We'll spray some poly on this table and get it finished up, and we can move on to another project. Something cool. So yeah, here we go. Back out in the shop. That's where we ought to be, really. That's where we ought to be. Can't be spraying polyurethane in the house. People get sideways if you spray polyurethane in the house. So yeah, let's get her done. Let's get it done. Okay, we're gonna do a little quick coat on the bottom, and then I'm gonna flip it, and we'll get the top side of this where there's stuff that could be spilled on it done better. So that was just a quick kind of sealer for the bottom of this stuff, and then we'll get it knocked out into where it looks way better here in just a second. And if you don't have a folding plastic table that's got this much stain and paint and crap on it, you're not doing it right. You need more stuff. You need to be doing more stuff. I'm just messing. You can do whatever you want. It's just my tool of choice, and it's been used many, many times. All right. All right, there we go. I'm gonna put like, I don't know, 4 or 5 more coats on that, which is not interesting at all, but that's what it's gonna look like. When we're done, we'll do a quick wrap up, and then that'll be it. We'll put these to bed. So yeah, thanks y'all, and we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, it's finished up, and we're gonna take the tape and stuff off of it and get it to where it's uncovered, so that, you know, that's not the still semi-wet polyurethane isn't sticking that tape to my table. So we'll get this off real quick while it's still a little tacky, and then let it dry, and it'll be finished. So yeah, let's get it done. All right, there you go. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Okay, well, now that's left is let it dry. And we're done. We are done. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? All right, well, thanks for sticking out with me. And yeah, thanks for sticking it out with me. And thanks for letting me do this. And we'll go on to the next thing. Glad these are done. All right, y'all have a good rest of your day. Bye.